It was very nice to get a feel for different cultures and understanding that there are many, many, many different cultures out there.
That this is a time of the biggest movement of peoples all over the world.
I think in order to get a full understanding and appreciation of different cultures and different peoples, you really do have to try and see life from their perspective as much as you can.
We're talking about the people that were involved in the life of the community of the barrio.
The lecturer, Rodrigo Benz, he had the students really involved in the lecture. He had us doing these exercises that were pretty awkward at times. We had to stare in the eyes of members on the trip. Like, you pick out somebody that you thought was the opposite of you on the trip, and you stared in their eyes for 5 minutes. He also had you hug a person on the trip for 5 minutes, just standing there hugging a person that you had met 2 weeks before this for 5 minutes. And the whole point of that was you'd identify with that person after you do that. What he was trying to get at was that you can't hug somebody unless they're hugging you back, and you can't talk to somebody unless they're talking back with you, and you need to talk back with them, and you need to listen to them. Much like you're feeling somebody, you need to actually get a feel for their thoughts, their perspectives, their ideas. So I think you definitely experience that in Cusco, in the barrios, where these people are living much different than we are living, and we could still talk with them, we still identified with them, and that's the whole point of interculturality, that dialogue, that identification with different people.
We were the second group ever to visit the Koyanas, that's what Hector said. I think it was they're much more natural, they're in a much more natural state when we saw them than in 10 years from now.
You can't just go in and help somebody, you have to go in and have a dialogue with them. They're going to know what they want, and you really have to help them to help themselves, because they're the ones that are going to be sustaining their lives, that are going to be living their lives. It's reaffirmed my belief that human beings should help other human beings, because this is what life is all about.
In the Andes, Hector said, we're not going out there giving them blankets, we're not going to give them food and stuff. It's important that they're still sustaining themselves, that they keep this culture.
This is essential to a liberal arts education. You see the different perspectives of people. That's really important to really live freely and live as a human being. Because, we have to make decisions and actions. We act every day. Unless you're really getting a feel for the humanity as a whole with all the different aspects of it, you really aren't living a free life.